Dear sisters and brothers in Christ, thank you for tuning in to CCR TV. My name is Alfie, and today I am in conversation with Reverend Father Denzil Fernandes, a Jesuit priest from Goa who studied in Mumbai, then went on to work in a parish in Kolhapur, and now is the executive director of the Indian Social Institute in New Delhi. Father, first of all, welcome to our studios.
Thank you very much.
And is your trip to Goa just for personal reasons, or is it an official trip?
It is an official trip because I've come for a meeting of the Goa Jesuit province,
Right.
Which was at Pedro Arrope Institute at Raya. And I just came in 2 days back, and after the meeting I'll be going back to Delhi.
So 18 years, a priest, but
yes.
You joined the order about almost 30 years ago.
Yeah, nearly. I joined in 1990,
Okay.
The Society of Jesus. I joined, in fact, in Nasik.
Okay.
That was the novitiate
Right.
of Goa, Bombay, and Pune.
Okay.
So, and then I came to Belgaum also for another year of novitiate, and then I proceeded to Patna for our juniorate studies, which is also a studies for linguistics. I came and did my philosophy at Pune, the
Okay.
Jnanadeep Vidyapeeth, and then I did 2 years of regency at St. Paul's, Belgaum. Then I went on to Delhi, Vidyajyoti, to do my theology, and then after that I was ordained over here at Piedad Church, Diwar. So I was ordained by our Archbishop.
Yes. In fact, we have a connection because Piedad Church is also my ancestral place in Diwar.
Okay, yes.
Father, you were saying earlier that you're not just a pastor, but you're also a teacher, and you have a social responsibility.
Yes, we have a social responsibility, and each one is professional, and I'm a social scientist.
Right.
I've done my doctorate in labor studies
Okay.
after completing my master's in economics and politics, and now we are into social research,
Okay.
and that is what we are trying to find out the issues of society and trying to address them, trying to propose various recommendations to the government as well as civil society, and we also train non-governmental organizations as
Okay.
well as grassroots workers on social issues. So that is our work.
So now you've been the director of this ISI
Yeah.
for 2.5 years.
Yes, so this Indian Social Institute has a long history,
Okay.
and it was founded in 1951
Okay.
by Father Jerome D'Souza.
I see.
Now this Father Jerome D'Souza, he was not Goan, but he was Mangalorean,
I see.
but he was also the principal of Loyola College, Chennai.
I see.
And he was recommended to be a member of the Constituent Assembly, which was formed at a time when India was getting independence, and we had to deliberate on the constitution and the various institutions that our new nation was going to develop.
Okay.
And he was very much involved in the deliberations of our constitution, and a lot of the constitution, especially the minority rights, has been his contribution to our constitution. So after the constitution was came into effect in 1950, our Superior General Jean-Baptiste Janssens at that time,
Okay.
he requested, or rather appointed him to start this institute, and therefore in 1951 this institute was started. At the same time, this institute also had its journal, and that journal is known as Social Action.
Okay.
And he was the first editor of the Social Action, I am the present editor of
Is it
Social Action.
Regular?
It is a quarterly journal, which
Okay.
is a UGC, University Grants Commission approved journal of social sciences.
And who does this journal reach out to? Students?
It goes to the libraries of various universities and colleges, as well as various academicians and professionals. Yeah.
So you write as well as edit, or editing is one part of it?
Yeah. So I write also. In fact, the present issue has one article from me, but basically the articles come from various research scholars and professors from different universities and colleges all over the country. They contribute on a particular issue. We have certain themes. It's thematic, and
for every quarter there's a different theme, or is it an annual thing?
No. Every quarter it has a particular theme, and there are normally around 7-8 articles. Out of that, 4 or 5 are thematic, and then we are also open for non-thematic articles to bring in, other perspectives and other issues as well. So that is how it started, and it was one of the premier institute giving advice to the government, and for policy making and so on and so forth. Though the institute started in Pune, it came to Delhi in the 1960s, and we had Jesuits who were very much close to the government at that time, and we had a labor economist who was very much in touch with the labor minister at that time, who was V.V. Giri, at the time of Indira Gandhi. And V.V. Giri went on to become the president of India. So he came to lay the foundation stone of our new building,
which is
in Delhi,
where you are currently.
Yes, yeah. And then he came again the next year in 1972 to inaugurate the building. So that was, our relationship with the government.
So there's a large strength in the institute?
Institute has around 50 staff.
That's quite large.
Yes, yeah. But it is involved in a lot of activities. It has social research, it has training programs, it has publications, it's involved with various other...
Training for
NGOs. NGOs and social activists. So that is our...
So all this way, I don't think it would give you time to be in a parish, and do you miss that?
Not really, because
this is very interesting.
Because there are pastors who are very good at that in the pastoral field, but we are in any way pastoral.
In a sense.
So we are pastoral, but we are professionals in a particular field. So therefore, we use our expertise in that particular field. Yeah.
But you had to undergo some training in a parish as part of your...
That's because if we are going to be in any institute which does professional work, we also have at least 1 year pastoral year. So we have to know the, we have to administer the sacraments, and we must know how to do it. So it is, of course, we learn a lot in theology, but then once we are ordained, we have to exercise our pastoral ministry. So we must also know how to exercise our pastoral ministry, and therefore there is this pastoral year where we are in a particular parish. I was in Rosary Church in Azra, which is in Kolhapur district in Maharashtra. I had a very good time because that parish is not just one church, it has also other
chapels.
Mass centers and chapels in different other villages. So we need to go there as well, and we have to administer the sacraments over there. The masses in these villages may be once a week or once in 2 weeks, because they are quite far-flung. And the people are very nice, very simple, and they are of Goan origin. So they also speak Konkani, and the masses are also in Konkani. The liturgy is in Konkani.
Oh, nice.
And it's a very nice atmosphere, and very Goan as well.
Do you get any time to read or for music or anything like that?
Yeah, I mean...
we Goans love our music.
Yeah, so we have this Goenkaranso Avaz, Goenkaranso Ekot in Delhi.
Okay.
So all the Delhi people, especially of Goan origin, they have their programs, they enjoy their parties. They have a very good Christmas program, they have an Easter program, they bring various troops, cultural troops over there, and we have a good time as well.
Nice.
But coming back to the institute, I would also like to stress that I am the second Goan director. I am the 17th director of the...
And second Goan.
Yeah, and the second Goan.
Okay.
The first one was Father Alfred D'Souza, who was the director from 1979 till 1984, and unfortunately he passed away with a heart attack as a director in 1984. So that was the first director, Alfred D'Souza. And I'm the second.
So the first Goan director in this millennium. And what do you see next as far as your role in the institute? Are you required to travel a lot?
Yes.
Attend seminars and.
Yes. So first of all, as the director of the institute, I'm also on the governing boards of several institutions. So.
Right.
I need to go and participate in meetings. Then there are several seminars and conferences which are held in different parts of the country. So that is another aspect of my work. Then there are several projects that we have.
Okay.
Project-related visits to different parts of the country. So that is
if
another
you
part.
could give us an example of one of these projects.
Yes, so one of the project is known as Shanti Sadbhavana Manch. It is trying to build peace clubs in schools and in villages in seven states of our country.
Okay.
And
when did this begin?
It started in 2006.
So these are like ongoing?
Yeah, these are ongoing,
Okay.
yes. But there is always the director has to go for certain programs.
Correct.
So that is also part of the program. So these clubs, they try to build harmony, among children and among villages. They try to have conflict resolution among them, as well as people of different religions. They celebrate each other's festivals. They celebrate Christmas. They celebrate everybody's festivals.
Diwali, yes.
Yeah. So in a way, people learn to appreciate and respect different religions and celebrate each other's festivals. So it is not something that one group is against another group. But our country is not only multi-religious. It is also it is a caste-ridden society.
Yes.
And there are a lot of caste conflicts.
True.
And the higher castes, sometimes they do not sit with lower caste people, or even the higher caste children do not sit with lower caste children.
Yes.
So we try to bring them together.
Bridge that gap.
By having some common programs where everybody participates, trying to show that these people are human beings like everyone else, and so we must not, take this man-made structures, social structures, and exclude people on the basis of some, social structure. So I think so. This Shanti Sadbhavna Manch, which is Peace and Harmony Clubs, in English. So this tries to build harmony and peace among children and among communities. So that is one work that we are engaged in 7 states, especially in North India.
Okay, I was about to ask you whether it's coming to Goa.
No. So far, no. We are focusing. We cannot,
Yes.
I mean, our country is so vast
geographically. You all don't have branches or anything like that. Have you ever thought of it in that sense for the Indian Social Institute?
We have, in fact, another Indian Social Institute in Bangalore.
I see.
So that was part of our institute. It was started in 1963, but that was for training programs. A lot of training programs for NGOs and social activists in South India has been done from Indian Social Institute Bangalore, and they continue to do the same till now. But that is, they have their own way of functioning. They have their own projects, and they have from 1993 they are a completely separate institute, separate entity.
Okay.
So initially the first 20-30 years we were together, but then afterwards from 1993 they are totally
There's
separate.
no
So
interaction.
No, there is interaction, there is collaboration, but it is a separate entity. So they decide for themselves. So they focus on training. Our focus is on research. So that is.
That's also run by the Jesuits.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
So
that's
it's
also Indian Social Institute.
one body, many parts.
Yeah.
Okay. And now Delhi, these days, how's the climate is quite unbearable. I'm not talking politically, I'm talking physically.
Yeah, I mean.
You get used to it.
The climate is getting warmer. I mean, even in Goa it is getting warmer. So if Goa is getting warmer, then Delhi is getting even warmer.
True.
But fortunately, once it gets too hot, there are also thunderstorms.
Yes.
And recently we've had quite a few thunderstorms in Delhi. But I heard in Goa as well there has been thunderstorms.
A couple of them.
Yeah, so this brings down the temperature as well. So in a way, this year is not so bad so far, but it is expected that this year is going to be quite a hot summer. But we do not know, whether that prediction is going to come true. We hope that there's going to be sufficient, rain and relief.
The institute is located near ISBT, somewhere that side, to the north. Because I had my brother-in-law is a Jesuit priest. He was in Vidya Jyoti.
Yes.
Is your institute close to?
No. It is not close to Vidya Jyoti. It is at the heart of Delhi.
Okay.
It is close to Lodi Garden. It is
I see.
off Lodi Road.
Okay.
Which is very close to various very prominent institutes like India International Center, India Habitat Center, India Islamic Cultural Center.
Okay.
It's close to the Humayun Tomb and
Yes,
the Lodi Estate, which
Correct.
has several ministers and members of parliament
residing
over there. So,
so you're over there.
Yes.
Okay.
So,
And the cathedral also is.
Cathedral is not very close to us, so that's why we are a mass center, where we have masses every Sunday, and we also have the Christmas service and the entire Holy Week services at our place. It is in Hindi. All the services are in Hindi. Initially there was English mass as well,
Okay.
but very few people were coming. Most of the people were Hindi-speaking people, especially from central India, who have come and settled over there. Many of them are working in government offices, and therefore, since they are mainly Hindi-speaking people, therefore the masses are only in Hindi. Yeah.
Any of our other Goan brothers and sisters working in the institute?
No. Though there is one who is, you can say, his forefathers were in Goa.
Okay.
So, but he's from Pune.
Okay.
So presently there is no one else except me. It is this Indian Social Institute is what is known as common work in the Society of Jesus. There are provinces where there are institutions that belong to each province, and there is common works which belongs to all the provinces. It belongs to what is known as the Jesuit Conference of South Asia.
Okay.
So I come under the Provincial of South Asia.
Oh, I
And
see.
this institute also comes under the Provincial of South Asia. It is a common work, and the members of working in the institute are drawn from different provinces. It is not only from one province. Yeah.
My brother-in-law told me that you all were happiest among all the orders when Pope Francis became the Pope because he's a Jesuit. So what was your reaction when you first heard?
I was pleasantly surprised because we never had a Jesuit Pope
Correct.
before. So it
Yes.
was a total, something that was a totally new experience which we had no other parallel before.
Correct.
So, and we did not know what was in store with a Jesuit Pope. But I think he's doing well, so as long as he's doing well, we are quite happy.
And I think we are seeing a certain Jesuit perspectives from him, in the way, in his outreach and, in so many social aspects.
Yes, I think his Jesuit formation as well as Jesuit outlook is very much evident in his documents, in his apostolic exhortations,
Absolutely.
and in his encyclicals. And we are very happy that he is also bringing the treasures, the spiritual treasures of the church,
Yes.
which is not only the Jesuit spirituality, because he has taken the name of Francis, which is
Correct.
Francis of Assisi,
Yes.
a saint who inspired Saint Ignatius and has inspired him and continues to inspire so many people all over the world.
Yes.
And so many congregations are named after him. So Saint Francis of Assisi is a saint that is extremely inspiring to the church, and on two counts he is very important and very significant for the church. One is because of his radical option for poverty.
Okay, yes.
So that aspect, Pope Francis is very dear to Pope Francis, and Pope Francis is as a bishop he resided in the slums, and even now he does not occupy the papal apartments. So that radical option for poverty is something that is very much dear to Pope Francis. And the other aspect is the environment.
Yes, Saint Francis of Assisi was.
Yes, he called
Sister Bird and Brother Worm.
Yeah, so the sun and moon are
Unified,
brothers and sisters.
yes, unified.
Yeah, so not only the human beings, we are brothers and sisters, yes, but also nature is also part of our family. We need to take care of nature, the animals, the trees, the plants, and so on. And they are as important as human beings. And this has come out very strongly in his encyclical Laudato Si, which was released 2 or 3 years ago. So I think these two aspects of Saint Francis of Assisi is very much part of Pope Francis, and along with Jesuit spirituality, he is trying to enrich the church with the spiritual treasures of, especially the Ignatian treasures, as well as Franciscan and other spiritual treasures of other saints.
Wonderful. Of course, we in Goa believe that he took the name after St. Francis Xavier, but we shall not tell our Holy Father that. Father, thank you so much for spending time with us, sharing your views, your hopes and your dreams. We wish you all success in your future endeavors.
Thank you very much, Alfie.
And you stay tuned. There's some wonderful programming coming up on CCR TV.